She tells you it's just a friend. She stops arguing. She starts dressing better. But not for you. Most men don't notice the signs until it's already too late. But a woman who cheats always leaves clues. You just have to know where to look. Once you do, you'll never get played again. This isn't about hating women. It's about waking up. Because a lot of guys walk blindly into betrayal and then blame themselves when it all falls apart. But Stoicism teaches us something different. To stop chasing control and start mastering perception. In this video, we're going deep, not just into female psychology, but into real stories of deception and what Stoics like Marcus Aurelius would say about it. Let's talk about the signs most men miss. The red flags hidden in plain sight. Here's the brutal truth. Most men don't want to believe their woman is cheating. Even when their gut is screaming, their mind starts making excuses. She's tired. She's just busy with work. She's going through a phase. But behind that denial is something deeper. A fear. Fear that if it's true, they're not enough. That they failed as a man. And that fear keeps them trapped. Stoicism teaches us to confront reality, not avoid it. To say, is this within my control? And if it isn't, to let go. But first, you need to see the truth. Let's break it all down. 1. She stops complaining, and it feels peaceful at first. I know a guy named Jake. He was with his girlfriend for 4 years. Things were rocky, sure, but they fought because they cared. Then one day, the fighting stopped. Jake thought, wow, we've grown. But what he didn't realize was, she stopped complaining because she had already checked out emotionally. And then, she started coming home later. She laughed at texts he didn't see. She dressed up more than usual, not for him, for someone else. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Jake had no power over what she was doing, but he did have power over what he was pretending not to see. Men confuse silence with peace, but sometimes silence is just the start of a goodbye. If she suddenly stops caring about things she used to fight about, it's not always growth. It might be detachment. 2. Emotional distance always comes before physical distance. Ever heard a woman say, "I didn't cheat for sex, I cheated for attention"? That's because most women don't cheat for physical reasons first. They cheat emotionally. They withdraw. Then they replace. Let me tell you about Dan. His wife used to text him all day long, check in, share random thoughts, little things. Then slowly, that stopped. She got busy. She wasn't on her phone around him, but he could feel something was off. One night, Dan came home early. She was on the couch, laughing harder than he had seen her laugh in months, phone in hand, not with him, with someone else. Seneca said, "He who is brave is free," but most men are too scared to ask hard questions. Who are you talking to? Why do I feel like you're not here anymore? They don't want to know the truth, because the truth might mean making a decision. If she's pulling away emotionally, it's not random. It's not a bad week. It's a shift. And if you're paying attention, you'll feel it. 3. She starts saying you're controlling. When you ask simple questions, this one hits hard. You ask, "Where were you?" She replies, "Why are you always trying to control me?" Suddenly you become the bad guy, even though you're just trying to understand what's changed. This is a common defense mechanism in women who are hiding something. They shift the focus. They redirect guilt. There was a guy I knew, Eli. His girl started going out more. Nights with her girls, she wouldn't answer calls. Came back smelling like cologne. When he asked what was going on, she blew up, told him he was suffocating her, accused him of being insecure. That's when he knew. She wasn't defending herself. She was hiding something. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Eli could have screamed, could have begged, but instead he walked. Because once someone uses guilt to cover truth, there's no honesty left to protect. When simple curiosity becomes control, that's not a healthy relationship. That's manipulation. Fourth, her routine changes without explanation. Let's talk about the signs hidden in daily life. Different work hours, sudden gym obsession, new lingerie you've never seen her wear, ever. Routine doesn't change randomly. It shifts with purpose. There's a man named Carlos I knew. His wife started running. She never liked exercise before. But suddenly, 5 a.m. jogs, yoga at night, weekend retreats. He was happy for her, thought she was improving herself. But something didn't add up. One morning he followed her. She wasn't at the gym. She was sitting in her car with another man, laughing, holding his hand. Carlos said something I'll never forget. "The body she was building wasn't for me." Seneca said, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." Carlos was tested, and he faced it. He didn't explode. He didn't beg. He simply said, "If I have to wonder where you are, I don't need you in my life." When a woman changes her routine, watch closely, because where she invests her time, she invests her emotions. 5. You feel it in your gut, but you keep ignoring it. This is the most dangerous part. Your gut knows. It always knows. But instead of listening, you convince yourself, "I'm just being paranoid." She wouldn't do that. "I'm overthinking." But let me tell you something brutal. Your gut is your inner stoic. It's the voice that says, "Wake up, look again, don't lie to yourself." I had a friend, Malik. He was the most rational guy I knew. Never emotional, always calm. But when his girl started acting different, he ignored it. Until one day she came home, sat him down and told him she was leaving. She had been seeing someone else for months. Malik said, "The signs were there. I just didn't want to see them." And that made it worse. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." Your gut is a thought, a signal. Don't ignore it. If you feel something is off, trust yourself. Because on the other side of truth is peace.
Here's what most men don't understand. When a woman cheats, it's almost never impulsive. It's planned, thought through, hidden. And more often than not, she's been doing it long before you found out. But that's not the most painful part. The real pain comes from you. From all the times you noticed something was wrong and did nothing. From all the chances you had to walk away, but stayed hoping she'd change. That's what Stoicism is here to fix. Not to make you cold, not to make you bitter, but to make you aware. So you stop giving your heart to people who don't deserve it. So you stop tolerating disrespect disguised as freedom. You're not here to control her, you're here to control you. And if she cheats, you don't need revenge. You don't need answers. You just need to walk away with your dignity intact. That's the power of Stoicism. That's the freedom of seeing the signs and choosing truth. A woman who cheats always leaves signs. She gets quiet. She pulls away. She flips the script. She changes her world without telling you why. And if you're not paying attention, you'll blame yourself for what you didn't cause. But Stoicism teaches us to see clearly, to detach from emotion, to accept reality, no matter how ugly. You can't stop someone from cheating, but you can stop betraying yourself by ignoring what's obvious. Stay sharp, stay grounded, and when the signs show up, don't argue, don't beg, just know. Watch the next video to learn how real Stoics deal with heartbreak.